Have you ever opened your electric bill, looked at the number, and thought, there is no way this is right? Maybe last month it was $100. Now suddenly it is $200, $300. In some parts of the United States, people are opening bills that are $500 or more, even when they swear they did nothing different. The lights were the same, the house felt the same, the routine felt the same. So why does the bill look completely different? Across America, millions of homeowners are asking the exact same question right now. And the answer is not as simple as, you used more electricity. Because behind that number on your bill, there is an entire system. A system involving power plants, weather patterns, aging infrastructure, smart meters, rate structures, and decisions made by energy companies and regulators. In this video, we are going to break down the real reasons your electric bill might be so high in the United States. Not just the obvious ones, but the hidden ones most people never think about. By the end, you will understand what is actually happening behind the scenes, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Because sometimes the problem really is inside your house, but sometimes it is not. And that changes everything. Across the United States, electricity prices have been rising steadily for years. But recently, many homeowners started noticing something strange. Their bills were jumping much faster than expected. Energy prices have been influenced by inflation, supply chain issues, extreme weather, aging power grids, and increasing demand from technology and industry. Electric vehicles are becoming more common. Homes are switching from gas heating to electric systems. Air conditioners are running longer due to hotter summers. And every time demand rises, the grid has to respond. Power plants need fuel. Infrastructure needs maintenance. Transmission lines need upgrades. All of that costs money. And those costs almost always end up in one place: your monthly bill. But here's where it gets interesting. Two families living in the same city, with similar homes, can have dramatically different electric bills. Why? Because electricity pricing in America is far more complicated than most people realize. There are different rate structures, different peak hours, different utility providers, different regulations depending on the state. And sometimes, the biggest factors are hiding in plain sight inside your own home. So before we jump into solutions, we need to understand what that electric bill actually represents. When you look at your bill, the number usually comes from two main things: the amount of electricity you used, measured in kilowatt hours, and the price your utility charges per kilowatt hour. A kilowatt hour is simply a measurement of energy. If you run a 1,000-watt appliance for 1 hour, that equals 1 kilowatt hour. Your refrigerator uses energy all day. Your air conditioner uses energy for hours at a time. Your water heater turns on throughout the day. Every device slowly adds up. But electricity bills are not just about total usage. Many utilities in the United States now use something called time of use pricing. This means electricity costs more during certain hours of the day, usually late afternoon and evening, when demand is highest. If you run appliances during those peak hours, the electricity can cost significantly more, so two households could use the exact same amount of electricity, but one might pay much more simply because of when that electricity was used. But even that is only part of the story. Because the biggest driver of high electric bills in America is something every homeowner knows very well: heating and cooling. And this is where things start to get serious. In most American homes, the HVAC system is the single largest energy consumer. Air conditioning during summer, and heating during winter. If your home uses electric heating, the energy demand can be enormous. Electric resistance heaters, baseboard heaters, older heat pumps, they can all consume massive amounts of electricity. And if your house has poor insulation, that problem multiplies quickly. Imagine trying to cool a house where cold air escapes through the attic, or heating a home where warm air leaks through windows and doors. Your HVAC system keeps running longer, trying to reach the thermostat temperature. More runtime means more electricity, and more electricity means a bigger bill. But here is the part nobody talks about. Your thermostat might not be telling the full story. Sometimes the thermostat is installed in a location that does not represent the real temperature of the house. Maybe it is near a window, maybe it is near the kitchen, maybe sunlight hits it during the afternoon. If the thermostat thinks the house is warmer than it actually is, the air conditioner runs longer. If it thinks the house is colder, the heater runs longer. And suddenly, your system is working overtime without you realizing it. But that is still not the most surprising factor, because another huge electricity consumer is hiding quietly in millions of American homes: the water heater. Electric water heaters run throughout the day. Every shower, every dishwashing cycle, every load of laundry triggers it. If the unit is older, it may be inefficient. Sediment buildup inside the tank can make it work harder to heat water. And if the temperature is set too high, it wastes energy constantly. Some homeowners lower their thermostat by 2 degrees to save electricity, while their water heater continues running at a much higher setting, and that energy adds up fast. But now we reach something even more unexpected: phantom electricity usage, also called vampire power. Many devices in your home use electricity even when they are turned off. Televisions, gaming consoles, cable boxes, smart speakers, phone chargers, internet routers. Each device uses a tiny amount of energy in standby mode. Individually, it seems small, but across dozens of devices, running 24 hours a day, it becomes noticeable. And in a modern American home filled with electronics, phantom load can account for a surprising percentage of electricity usage. But here is where it gets even more complicated, because sometimes the problem is not your usage at all. Sometimes it is the rate. Electricity pricing varies dramatically across the United States. Some states have abundant hydroelectric power or nuclear energy, keeping prices relatively stable. Other regions rely heavily on natural gas or imported electricity. When fuel prices rise, electricity prices rise too. Utilities may also raise rates to pay for infrastructure upgrades. Transmission lines need replacement, substations need modernization, wildfire prevention systems need installation. These investments improve grid reliability, but they also increase costs, and those costs are distributed among customers. But here is another factor many homeowners never realize: billing cycles and seasonal spikes. Your electric bill usually reflects the previous month's usage, but extreme weather events can dramatically increase energy consumption. A week-long heat wave in Texas, a cold snap in the Midwest, a heat dome over California. Your HVAC system might run almost non-stop. The result shows up on the next bill, often catching people completely off guard. And sometimes, the spike happens even if you were not home, because your air conditioning still maintained the temperature. But here is where things become even more interesting: smart meters. Many utilities have replaced traditional meters with digital smart meters. These devices measure electricity usage much more precisely, sometimes in 15-minute intervals. While they allow utilities to track energy demand more accurately, they also reveal usage patterns homeowners never noticed before. Some people believe smart meters increase bills. In reality, they usually just measure electricity more accurately. But when that data becomes visible, it can feel like something changed overnight. And then there is another major factor: home size. The average American home has grown significantly over the past few decades. Larger homes require more lighting, more cooling, more heating. High ceilings increase air volume. Finished basements add square footage. Multiple refrigerators, garage freezers, home theater systems, all add additional electrical demand. The modern American lifestyle simply uses more electricity than previous generations. But this is the part that really changes the picture. Energy efficiency differences between homes can be massive. Two homes built 20 years apart might have dramatically different insulation standards. Older homes may have single-pane windows. Newer homes may use double or triple-pane windows with advanced insulation. Older air conditioners may use twice the electricity of modern high-efficiency systems, so one homeowner might pay $200 a month, while a neighbor pays half that amount, even with similar usage patterns. And now we arrive at something many people overlook entirely: maintenance. HVAC systems require regular maintenance to operate efficiently. Dirty air filters restrict airflow. Outdoor condenser coils can become clogged with debris. Refrigerant levels can drop over time. When the system struggles to move air or cool properly, it runs longer cycles, and longer cycles mean more electricity consumption. The same applies to refrigerators with dirty condenser coils or dryers with clogged vents. Small inefficiencies quietly increase energy usage every single day. And over an entire month, those small increases can become significant. But let us pause for a moment and look at both sides of the story. Because modern electricity systems have also brought enormous benefits. Reliable power grids allow homes to run advanced appliances, smart home devices, and high-speed internet. Electric heat pumps are becoming far more efficient than older heating systems. Solar panels are allowing homeowners to generate their own electricity. Battery storage systems are beginning to change how homes interact with the grid. Technology is making energy use smarter and more flexible. But there are also real concerns. Electricity demand across the United States is growing rapidly. Data centers, artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, and electrified homes are increasing the load on the grid. Utilities must expand infrastructure to handle that demand, and expansion costs money. At the same time, extreme weather events are becoming more common in many regions. Hotter summers increase air conditioning demand. Colder winter storms can strain heating systems. These conditions create volatility in energy usage and pricing. Some people worry that electricity could become significantly more expensive in the future. Others believe new technology and renewable energy will stabilize costs over time. The truth is likely somewhere in between. But one thing is clear: energy efficiency will become more important than ever. Looking toward the future, experts expect several trends to shape electricity use in America by 2030. More homes will install solar panels. Smart thermostats will automatically optimize heating and cooling schedules. Electric vehicles will add new electricity demand, but may also provide energy storage for homes. Utilities will use advanced grid management systems to balance supply and demand more efficiently, and households will become more aware of when and how they use electricity. In other words, the future of home energy is becoming more intelligent. But until that future fully arrives, homeowners still need practical solutions today. If your electric bill feels unusually high, the first step is simple. Look at your usage history. Most utilities provide detailed online dashboards showing monthly consumption. If you notice a sudden spike, try to match it with weather patterns or major appliance use. Next, inspect the biggest energy consumers in your home. Check your HVAC filter. Verify thermostat settings. Look at your water heater temperature. These three alone can significantly impact electricity usage. For students or renters, small actions can still make a difference. Unplug unused devices. Use smart power strips. Adjust thermostat settings when leaving home. For working professionals managing busy households, smart thermostats and programmable schedules can automate energy savings. And for homeowners running businesses from home, monitoring equipment usage and upgrading inefficient appliances can reduce long-term costs. Energy awareness is becoming a valuable skill, not just for saving money, but for understanding how our homes interact with the larger power grid. Because the electric bill sitting in your mailbox is not just a number, it is the final result of everything happening behind the scenes, from power plants to weather systems to the devices in your living room. And once you understand that system, you gain the power to control more of it. So the next time you open your electric bill and wonder why the number looks so high, remember this. Sometimes the reason is inside your home. Sometimes it is outside your control. But knowledge gives you the ability to respond. And that awareness is the first step toward a smarter home. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe to Tech Vibes for more deep dives into the technology shaping everyday life in America. And I want to hear from you. What was the highest electric bill you have ever received, and what caused it? Drop your experience in the comments, because the more we share, the more we understand how this system really works.